You wake up at 7 a.m., drag yourself out of bed, sit at your desk, and get absolutely nothing done. But at 11 p.m., suddenly, your brain is on fire, ideas are flowing, focus is sharp, you feel alive, and everyone around you calls you lazy. But here is the truth. You are not lazy. Your biology is just wired differently. Inside every human body, there is an internal clock. Scientists call it the circadian rhythm. This 24-hour biological cycle controls everything. When you feel sleepy, when you feel awake, when your body temperature rises, and when your brain hits peak performance. This clock is run by a tiny region in your brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, essentially your body's master timekeeper. Now here is where it gets interesting. This internal clock is not the same for every person. Some people's clocks run early, some run late, and this difference is not a habit, it is genetics. Scientists call these biological clock patterns chronotypes. If your clock runs early, you are a morning type, a so-called early bird. You wake up energized, you do your best work before noon, and you crash hard by 9 p.m. But if your clock runs late, you are an evening type, a night owl, and roughly 30 to 40% of the entire human population falls into this category. For night owls, the brain does not start releasing the right hormones for focus and alertness until later in the day. So when you are sitting at your desk at 9 a.m. feeling foggy, that is not weakness. That is simply your biology not being online yet. Let's talk about two key hormones, melatonin and cortisol. Melatonin is your sleep hormone. It rises at night to make you feel drowsy. Cortisol is your alertness hormone. It rises in the morning to wake you up. In a morning-type person, melatonin drops early, cortisol surges at sunrise, and they are ready to go. But in a night owl, melatonin stays elevated longer into the morning. Cortisol rises later in the day. Their brain's peak performance window, the time when focus, creativity, and problem-solving are at their highest, does not arrive until the evening. This is why forcing yourself to be productive at 8 a.m. feels like running a race with the brakes on. Here is what nobody talks about. Society was built around morning types. School starts at 8 a.m. Office hours start at 9. We call early risers disciplined and night owls undisciplined. But science disagrees. A 2019 study published in Nature Communications analyzed nearly 500,000 people and confirmed that chronotype is largely genetic. You do not simply choose to be a night owl. Your DNA has a say in this. When night owls are forced into early morning schedules that fight their biology, research shows they experience higher levels of stress, poorer sleep quality, lower performance, and even increased risk of depression. Now, can you shift your chronotype slightly? With very consistent sleep schedules, light exposure in the morning, and reducing screen time at night, you can nudge your clock earlier by an hour or two. But if you have any control over your schedule, protect your peak hours, know your window, schedule deep work, creative thinking, and important decisions for when your biology is actually ready. Stop apologizing for being a night owl. Start designing your life around what your brain actually needs. You were never broken. You were just living on someone else's clock.